Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new stream where I was just in time, just about to swap over to the scene, and then it already resets. So I really need to be on this one a lot more better. But hey, you know, that's gonna be the theme of today's stream. Starting out with the theme of today's streams is, first of all, let me know, how is this lighting? I feel like it's a little bit too dark. See, like, I can turn on another light right here, which will add just like a little bit more light to this room. But then, like, I don't know if the color comes across very well. And when I tested this just a second ago, I thought it looked alright like this. I thought it really had this nice, like, you know, like after, like evening. I was about to say afternoon. I mean, like, the afternoons have been kind of dark lately, because, you know, it is still winter time, which means that, like, 4 p.m. it's dark and that's it. But hey, you know, I was more thinking, like, well, you know, it has this evening vibe of just sitting down, chilling, relaxing, talking about whatever, not being like shown down by all these studio lights, which normally I am. But yeah, let me know if this is alright, and otherwise we'll adjust it. I don't know what I was gonna say, but also fuck, Happy New Year! Holy shit, is this the first stream that I'm doing? Is this literally the first stream that I'm doing in this new year? That would be so bad. That would be so bad. I think it is. I think it is, though. But yeah, welcome everyone to a brand new Chatting Tuesdays, which again is on a Wednesday. I am so sorry about that. The title is called Getting Closer to Consistency, which means that we're getting closer to it, but we're not entirely there yet. So, you know, like, that's also where the stream is. Hey, there is a stream, but it's not on the right day. Next week it will be, hopefully. So yeah, today, what we're going to be talking about is a couple of things. First of all, actually, do I have the topics right here? Do I have topics? Did I prepare some topics? I don't know. I'm just going to go press a button, and then we'll see if something pops up. Retro, how's it going? Happy New Year to you too, Michel. Let's see. There we go. Getting close to consistency. I want to see more. I want to see more. I don't want to just see one. I want to see more. There we go. We got more topics for today. There we go. Perfect. The topics for today are, in order, getting close to consistency, which I already talked about, is we're going to be talking a little bit about, like, what's been going on with the content creation, like where we're kind of at, because we're slowly but surely creeping to a more good upload schedule and more things happening. That's also why the stream is here. Why has it been so long since there's been a last stream, and what's been going on with the videos? Also, we're going to be talking about AI is everywhere and nowhere. I think yeah, everywhere now, or is it? I gave it a different title, but yeah, basically there's been a lot of interesting things in AI coming up or been released, which is kind of interesting to look at. Then at the same time, it also feels like a lot of things are being called AI that are not entirely AI, so let's just kind of sift for that a little bit. And then finally, we have gaming is changing, because there's a lot going on in gaming right now. Some good stuff, some bad stuff. So yeah, or I mean, who knows what is good or bad? I mean, like, the one thing that I was thinking about is good. So a lot of people are saying that's very bad, and then the thing that I'm thinking is kind of bad is some people may think it's good. Like, who knows? Who knows? We'll talk about that later. So that's the topics for today. And yeah, as always, like, this stream is kind of like a, what do I call it? A one-man podcast sort of thing. We just sit down, we talk, we just have a little bit of topics to give us some structure, but most importantly, we just hang out, we chat, and that's it. That's it. So, Richard, how's it going, man? How are you doing? How's your journey into Warframe been like? Because yeah, we both returned roughly at the same time. For me, it's been about a week since I decided to return to Warframe. I've actually not done anything outside that video, so don't worry about that too much. But yeah, I know that you sent me a message the day before saying, like, hey, you returning? I'm like, yeah. So yeah, that is that's a big development. Actually, that kind of has to do with the consistency as well, because oh boy, did that video do well on the gaming channel. If you guys don't know the gaming channel, Postma one, that's the gaming channel where you know, the gaming stuff is over there. Let's see. I think everything's alright. Right now, I'm having a hard time reading YouTube chat, but as long as everything is here in Twitch, I'll check, and once in a while I'll look over there and I'll say YouTube. My chat bot is still not working correctly. What I can see is only what you can see here on the screen. So if you can see yourself on the screen, I can read your message. If you don't see yourself on the screen, then I can't read your message, but I'll try. Set of G, how's it going, dude? Good to see you. Welcome back to Warframe, Tenno. Well, I'm glad to be very much welcome back. I appreciate that. Let's see. Retro says, I'm doing it right. Warframe is, well, a mess, in my honest opinion. Like I said before, way too much grind. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Well, I'm curious about that, like when it will get too much for me. One thing that I was pleasantly surprised by when I came back to Warframe is that there's so much that I don't know about. It felt like for the first time in ever that I was like, holy shit, there's stuff to do. So I do think that, like, this is still my hypothesis. I haven't really caught up with everything yet, and then grinded to get all the gear. I don't know if I'll like if I'll think this later on, but like I think right now, like actually Warframe may be a good like breaking game, you know, like kind of like how One Piece is like a breaking anime. Like you don't want to be watching One Piece every single week, because then you get really up and angry and up and tired about like, oh my god, they're stretching the recap to 5 minutes. Now they're doing recaps mid-episode. Now they're showing the same thing. Oh my god, there's a backstory for 2 minutes. Come on, give me progression. You know, like you get frustrated when you're watching like every week episode of anime. However, if you just sit back, wait a few weeks, and then catch up with like 6 episodes, and all of a sudden it doesn't matter anymore because you're just having fun. So I don't know necessarily, but we'll see. Retro says, my girlfriend started playing it, and honestly I'm tempted to make an old account to understand things from fresh eyes. Ooh, interesting, the new player route. Honestly, as someone who's done that multiple times, because holy shit, they have cross progression now. They didn't have that before. So I've done it on PlayStation and Xbox both at the same time, to start up from zero again. There's a part to it which is a lot of fun, where it's like, holy shit, like you can kind of like very quickly go through things again. And especially at the start, it's kind of cool, like grinding up towards the second dream. I remember I did that with Cole on the Xbox, we did that with on the couch, that was kind of fun. But then there will come a time when you've kind of grinded for like most of the solar system and you've done like the quest where the slop comes through, where it's like, oh, now I gotta grind every single Warframe. Oh, you know, like Formas, I don't have that, even though normally you have like a shit ton of them. Or Roken cells, I don't have that. Fuck, normally I have a shit ton of them. Neural sensors, holy shit, you gotta farm those? I wouldn't even know where to farm those. So yeah, that's something where like I would recommend if you want to like share in our experience of like, hey, you know, starting all over again, going as fresh accounts, you're not being overpowered, and you just being able to like view through the lens of like, hey, what is this person experiencing? You could do it. At the same time, I don't think that you would like make that alt account and then like you'd only do it for a little while. I wouldn't invest more time in it. Like you already have a good account, but hey, you know, that's just what I would say. Villager has returned. Welcome back, my very big man. My very, very, very big man. Yeah, we were talking about that in chat just before the stream gets started, that there's a couple of big man domains that are not like taken yet, which is interesting. Not many big men in the world. Cross progression would honestly help a bit. Only part I don't want to fuck with is grind for the frames I like. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that was the part which was just, oh boy. I mean, you kind of forget that there was like a 3-day waiting period on like crafting parts, and then, you know, if you craft them piece by piece, like you don't always have the resource. Like there's so much stuff that you kind of forget. Also, like the lighting is good and everything. Are you guys okay with it? Is it not too dark? Because I can't really tell all that well. Like I have a small display there and I have a small display here. It seems all right, but if there's like, we could turn on the lights. I'm considering replaying the COD Ghost campaign. I am considering replaying a lot of CODs, but yeah, the Ghost campaign, it's been a really long time since I played that. I remember the last time I played the COD Ghost campaign was pretty much when it came out, and it was the most disappointing game that COD ever released. Remember when that was the standard? We thought the bar couldn't drop any lower. But yeah, basically, that was the last time I played it, and then I went straight back to Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and I never continued on with Ghosts. But yeah, maybe it's good to come back. Maybe it's good to come back. Retro says, yeah, and unless you play something else while waiting for the frames to finish, it's just really boring. Yeah, like, I felt that very much so when it came to Railjack. But that's something that I'm really curious about exploring when it comes to like returning here to Warframe. And like, by the way, like when it comes to returning to Warframe, it's like gonna be a multi-week, maybe multi-month process of just catching up with the quests. I want to make sure that I do the quest like justice. So we're gonna have like, they're just like the Whispers in the Wall, which seems to be like in their cinematic quest. I'm sure the Fury would also come with some sort of like big quest and big event sort of thing. Since that is a weird ass shit. There's some sort of, it's like a mix between Railjack, because it's like some face, and it's a mix between like the planes, and it's a mix between all sorts of weird reality and shit. I don't want to know anything about it. We'll just figure it out as it comes along. So Railjack actual fun. There was actually a part of the video which I did not include in there, where I went to Railjack and I was like, well, I wouldn't know if anything has changed here because I haven't really played this. And then there's like above the planets, there's like join any squad, just like a button to join any squad. And it's like, oh wait, is this because no one is playing it? And you go over to know it's like literally no one is playing it. So yeah. Villager says, I've played the Modern Warfare trilogy and Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 campaigns too much, I feel like, and I have played them many times, like the Modern Warfare trilogy. It feels more close to home. Yeah, I haven't played the campaigns in a long time. I do remember, like, I have the most fun memories of, I think, Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1. Like, the numbers, Mason, what do they mean? And Modern Warfare 2, like, I really, really like this. Modern Warfare 3, I played as well. I don't really have great memories, like, good, fantastic memories of that. Black Ops 2, better. Advanced Warfare, I played for that. Oh, I don't fucking know, dude. That's when I kind of tuned out. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'll get back to it. Sevikov looks badass, though sadly he just isn't the best. I mean, Warframe, unless it has changed that much, shouldn't really matter about, like, your power, because you throw some good mods on them, you'll be alright. So yeah. Anyway, let's go get to the titular topic of today's stream, because that's something which is kind of relevant. I should probably address that since I titled this "Getting Closer to Consistency." That's what I want to be talking about today, because oh boy, has it been like the content has been all over the place. Start of December, we've been doing great. Like there we go. We like, as I said, I was like building up to this idea of like, hey, you know, we're going to slowly build it up. We're going to add in like the scripted videos, then we're going to add in the vlogs, then we're going to add in the streams, and then we're going to go move over to the gaming channel. And oh my god, that one week we had like scripted video, vlog, stream, and then also a podcast, and then like that video just took all the way off to like 2,000 like views or something. I was like, holy shit, what the hell's going on here? And then the rest of December I was kind of missing in action. And then I came back, but I came back well with 2 videos on this channel, but then also I came back on the gaming channel where like the first Warframe video I did also just took off to like 2,500 views, where I'm like, holy fucking shit guys, what's going on? YouTube algorithms all of a sudden works, like this thing is working. And it's so funny because with both videos, with both the what's it called, both the like the tech for Christmas sort of thing and the like Warframe video, there were moments in there where it's like, I'm just gonna scrap it, you know. It's not worth it. I don't think people like it. And then all of a sudden, like, it does very well. So like I was pretty pleasantly surprised by that. But yeah, why has this thing been all over the place, and what am I going to with this, you know, with this channel, and what's going on with the streams and all that sort of stuff? Let me go and explain that a little bit. So basically, like ever since about August, September of this year, I've decided to like reshift my focus a little bit more on content creation right now. This is something which I really, really enjoy doing, and I think that there is something that I can do in here, something really interesting for me to do in here. So I want to like devote more time and attention towards it to see if I can make this an actual thing. I'm gonna give myself a couple more months in this. Like I've given myself about a year to make sure that, you know, like actually like invest some time and effort into it more than I did so before, to see if this is something that can take off. And if it doesn't, then probably I'm gonna have to step back and upload even less than I've been doing and really focus on other things, which I really don't want to do. So like that's not really gonna be something that I'm gonna be considering all that much. The thing that I want to do for the next couple of months is really go full blast ahead and deliver the best content that I can, and then see wherever it can go. And like I'm glad that YouTube's algorithm has been somewhat favorable, especially in like these 2 first instances. It's not like favorable in every single account, but I mean, it means a lot to see that, you know, I can just post a video on a channel, on channels that haven't been very active for a long while, and all of a sudden, like, they take off and they attract a whole bunch of new subscribers. Like, honestly, the Postma 1 channel is almost to 600 subscribers, and the main channel is, like, is still climbing within the 700. Maybe at a certain point in time, you can go do, like, a sub battle between the 2 channels. Which ones get to 1,000 first? Like, holy fucking shit. Cole James, how's it going? Ayo, glad I could catch a stream, man. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. So yeah, basically, it's good to see that there is like still growth opportunities on YouTube, because like you see so many people online saying like, oh man, like YouTube's changed the algorithm, like it sucks, you can't grow on there anymore. And then just to see like I can just throw out a random video on like channels that haven't been active for a long time, all of a sudden bada bing bada boom, you know, like just growth. So that gives me faith. What probably doesn't give me that much faith is like if I look back at my upload schedule and like looking at like what I said I wanted to do at the start of December is like upload like frequently, upload weekly, and then, you know, like also bring that over to the gaming channel. Like that hasn't really happened so much. So what's gone wrong, and why haven't there been streams, even though like we had this little lead up right until like the podcast and like the Christmas tech video, and then all of a sudden it just kind of dropped down. Part of that has to do with personal shit. part of that is like personal shit that I don't really want to be talking about here on stream. It's not your business. It's more like, you know, like shit that's been kind of heavy on me. I'm getting help for that, so don't worry about that. That's something that took up a lot of my time, but you know, it's what it is. But another part of that is that it's really, really hard to be consistent in a certain type of way. Let me see how I let me see like how I structured this a little bit, because I prepped this a little bit. But it's like, okay, so first of all, over the last couple of months, I thought like literally when I dropped into like doing this more seriously, I thought, oh, it's gonna be very easy. In a month, I'm gonna be up and ready. I'm gonna be up and running. All cylinders firing. I'm gonna have everything ready, because you know I have years of experience in doing streams and doing videos. But then, you know, like you kind of realize like, holy shit, it's kind of really hard to get started. It's really hard to start things up for the first time. So I had that with the tech videos. It took me a couple of years to kind of get the format down. But even though in the last few months, it's like trying to refine like what kind of timing works, what kind of way of talking works. Like you've seen the videos get shorter from like 25 minutes to about 13 minutes. I think 13 to 15 minutes is kind of the sweet spot for these tech videos. But that's something that kind of like, you know, like you're working on, it's like, oh no, this doesn't really work. And that's something that you find every single time that you start a new series. I mean, today I scrapped an entire video. Today I wanted to make a vlog again. Like that's kind of like been my plan. It's like, okay, so, you know, we do a scripted video, we do a vlog, and it just really turned out so bad. I was like, okay, I don't like this. I had it completely shot. I had it like 90% edited, and I realized like I hate this. So that's what happened. Like, I mean, like I know why I hate that, but like that's only because I make the mistakes and now I learn from them. So those are things which I've been encountering every single time like I've been restarting something up. So like with the tech videos, with the vlogs, and then starting up the scripted videos on the gaming channel, like that's an entirely different beast too. And also the playthroughs again, it's like just trying to find my way with that. And you also see that here with the stream. Like right now most of the stream works, but that's also because I've done a lot with installing like new cameras, new lighting, new everything. So, and you see that right now with the chat also kind of like, you know, I can read the Twitch chat, but I can't read the YouTube chat yet, even though that's supposed to work. So those are things that are just like taking time with setting up, which doesn't really go too bad at the moment, because, you know, you set up and you get ready and there you go, you know, like you should be off to the races. And that's what I thought. However, my main focus right now has been on videos, because I think that the videos are more important than the streams, since I've done about 3 years of streaming, where every single weekday I would stream. And what I've seen from that is like very little growth of the channel, because basically streams are not really there to like get you like a new audience. They're a really good way to have fun with the audience that's here. So like honestly, we've had a great times together. Like I love whenever we do like the what's it called, like the little intro bit of like the gaming streams. Like you have all these little clips of us playing Among Us and just laughing and dancing and whatever. Like, oh man, like those are the most fun times, and I've really enjoyed those. However, that was when I was only streaming, and really it hasn't really grown my YouTube channels in any way, shape, or form as much as like the last few months have. So videos I think are really important. However, videos are also really fucking hard to schedule. Like, holy shit, dude. I was thinking like, hey man, like I'll do like 1 scripted video a week and 1 vlog, and then maybe I can up it to like 2 scripted videos and like maybe a playthrough in there. But videos are so variable in time. Like one day I can have a video which I edit in like an hour and they're just done. And then I have a video which I edit in 3 whole days. Or like one one of the tech videos, I can just like, you know, like the tech gifts, like those gifts are just like, I just kind of like came up with those things like the day before. I was like, okay, let me just sit down, let me make this video, fuck it, let's do it. But then there's like the what is an operating system video. I followed like an entire like 8-part lecture series about operating systems. So there's so much difference in like how much time you spend on the video that it's so hard to schedule, because I'll be like, okay, so Monday I'll do this, and then Wednesday I'll do that. But then like the Monday video takes like 2 days longer, and now all of a sudden I'm behind in the Wednesday video. I'm stressing out and like, oh dude, like that's been the hardest fucking shit to like try and like get that down. And I thought that I would just be able to like get this all ready and set up by just, you know, like doing the schedule as I've been doing on Twitch. But stream schedules are way easier, because I can just be like, okay, it's like we're just gonna go sit down for 2 hours stream. I sit down for 2 hours, that's it. But that's not the way it works with videos. So that's something that I've been really trying to like, especially at the start of the year, I really wanted to still hold on to this schedule of like 4 videos a week, hopefully. And then just like, you know, like maybe I can make them the week before and just stack them and then deal with the time change there. However, it just doesn't work out. That shit just doesn't work out, especially when videos can take very long, or entire video ideas can just fail. So what I'm doing now is I'm scrapping the stream schedule, not the stream, the video schedule. What we're going for now is just the like, I'll just show you. Hold on. Let's see. Does that work? I think that works. Let's see. Can you see this right here? You can't. Let me go and zoom this in. And let me go read some of the chat. Let's see. I gotta catch up here a little bit. Let's see. Yada yada yada. Actually, it's really funny. You can see where I'm reading right now. Let's see. Oh, Rahab, how's it going? Retro, do I have good news for you? Oh wait, no. But the let's see. The augment for Sephiroth's first ability makes him one of my strongest nukes. Ooh, ooh. Hold on. Rahab, did we ever do, like, did you ever show up Sephiroth? No, that was Revenant that you showed up on stream, like, the last time I played Warframe. Because, like, I think I even, like, followed one of your builds to, like, try and make, like, Revenant pretty good. Like, I remember seeing Sephiroth, like, when I was doing the Returning to Warframe video. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, this Sephiroth, I thought I had him. Like, the name sounds very familiar, but yeah. Son of Jesus, gotta go, buddy. Nice to see you. Have an amazing stream. Thank you so much for joining in, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh man, the Among Us days. Dude, the Among Us days were fucking crazy, dude. Well, where that little shit insulted my fashion frame, I think it was. It might have been. But yeah, let's see. Am I actually getting something decent out of here? I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me go and there we go. Because the entire point of this here is that I can actually like draw something on here. But again, like this is something where like, you know, I haven't, this is the first time I'm doing it in a while. This is like, let's see, does that show? Does that show? Do I see that? Yes, there we go. There we go. Okay, so this right here is going to be the plan going forward when it comes to videos and streams. Because one of the reasons why the streams haven't come around yet is because I was like, okay, you know, streams are very easy to do like in a schedule, and that's also why I've done them for 3 years. And like, it would always be a good excuse to not be done with a video because like, well, you know, I have a stream. So I was very like strict to myself. I was that like there's going to be no streams unless you complete your videos because the videos need to be done. However, that also means that if I can't get the schedule right, like I can't go and stream. So first of all, let's see. There we go. Okay, so where's my boundaries? My boundaries are about there. Yeah, right underneath here, and then. Let's see. I need to figure out like where this exactly is, like how much space I have to work with. All right, I think about this. Okay, so when it comes to videos, oh, this right here is the chat. Hold on, I can remove the chat as well. So when it comes to, okay, so that's also not space that I have. When it comes to videos, we're like. Before I wanted to have like a weekly schedule sort of thing, I'm doing completely away with it right now. It's gonna be just like a follow-up schedule sort of thing. So when the first video is done, I'm gonna move on to the next video. I'm gonna move on to the next video. Like we're just gonna rotate like that. So we're gonna have, like the first one is an MP tech video. So that's like a main channel Michel Postma tech video. After that will come. A Postma one like game scripted video, so like the what is Half-Life sort of thing. These videos are like very similar to each other. Then after that, we're gonna get the. Hold on, I should probably move that there. We're gonna go back to the main channel. We're gonna do a vlog, and then we're gonna go to Postma 1. I don't know if that shows, but that's like a playthrough, so that doesn't show. Let me just do PT. So that's kind of like the returning to Warframe video sort of thing. And that's just going to be the rotating schedule when it comes to videos. I will not have videos like scheduled for days anymore. It's just like when this video is done, we move on to that, we move on to that, we move on. Like it just rotates around because otherwise I just can't do it. I can't do it. So that's the plan with videos. And then when it comes to there we go. When it comes to streams, that's probably what you're interested in, especially if you're watching this on Twitch right now, because most of you are probably watching for the streams. A thing. Holy shit, it works! It works. I can actually see your message on YouTube, like right there. That's nice. That's really nice. Also, I've just lost my Twitch there, or like my things here. Do I have them? Yeah, I have them right there. All right. So, when it comes to streams. we're gonna have Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, depending on how things go. I may add another day, but I think that 4 days a week is going to be good for now to get started. I mean, like, this is my first stream in like 31 days at least, so, you know, can't be too ambitious. On Tuesdays, which is now, it's a Wednesday, but, you know, like, it should be obvious that that will be a just chatting Tuesdays, or like a chatting Tuesdays. I'm just calling them just chatting. On Wednesday, we're gonna do gameplay. So this will be this is all like EU time. So, like, on Tuesday, we're just going to have, like, the just chatting stream that we have right now, which is going to start the same time as every single stream so far has started. But on Wednesday, we're going to go, like, for an earlier stream, which is going to take longer, which is going to be, like, the gameplay stream. So, one of the goals that I really want to do for the gaming channel is play for, like, a lot of games that I haven't played through. So, for instance, Half-Life 2 is coming up, but also the Call of Duty campaigns. I would love to play for those as well. And for that, I just want to take up more time. So we're going to start out on Wednesday, like, at 11, like, during the day. So it's going to be an earlier stream, but we're also going to go for longer. And we're just going to go play for these games. Yeah, we'll see. Like, I've actually, like, during the Christmas sale, I've gone ahead and, like, bought a whole bunch of games I've never played. And, yeah, I want to go jump right into that. And then on Monday and Friday, we're just going to have the, like... what's it called? The game stream. So what I mean with that is that basically, like, I actually have, hold on, I'll show this right here. I've actually been working on something. Like, this right here is this right here is the thing that I came up with. It's, like, I call it, like, free-to-play frenzy, even though, like, half the games on there are not free-to-play. But the entire idea is that, like, normally we play either Warframe or Apex or, like, whatever, Overwatch sometimes. But it's always hard for me to choose, and normally I kind of just, like, go with whatever, like, I've done the last few times. So that often goes with, like, periods of me playing a whole bunch of, like, Overwatch or a whole bunch of Warframe or a whole bunch of Apex and not playing the other games all that much. So with this here, like, I'm just gonna go decide, like, what I'm gonna do based on, like, what a dice roll is, and then I'm also gonna throw in some modifiers to make it fun. Like, I have a selection of games on there, but I'm still kind of refining it. But mostly those games will be Warframe, Apex, Overwatch, Minecraft. What else did I have on there? I think I had Genshin on there, but I'm thinking about swapping out Genshin with Power World because Power World has been taken off. So that's kind of the idea there. And then yeah, that will be the Monday and Friday streams. I'm thinking of doing them just like the regular, like, time, also, like, what's it called? Like this time right here, because that's kind of my stream time. But depending on, like, how things go, I may also change these times up. But this is kind of like gonna be the stream schedule as it stands right now. And from, like, I kind of want to get started with that, like, from today. So today was not going to be a gameplay stream, but today was just going to be just chatting because I was kind of, like, lagging behind there, and I also wanted to, like, stream this again. So yeah, that's going to be the plan going forward, and I think that that's going to be something which I will be more consistent with, because yeah, it's so interesting. Like, this time is so freaking interesting because I'm learning so much about like, that's really hard to, like, schedule in videos. It's good, but it's much easier to schedule in streams. But also, like how do you do things, and how do you approach things like setbacks and sort of thing? Because, like, I absolutely feel useless now that I've spent, like, 2 or 3 days on a video that I had to completely scrap. I'm probably just gonna, like, make that the overtime for this week. But yeah, like, that sort of stuff is, like, things I'm learning right now. So if you were, like, wondering, like, hey, you know, didn't you say that you were going to be, like, increasing your focus here on YouTube and Twitch and content creation? Like, where have the videos been? Where have the streams been? Like, didn't you just say that you were just going to go out and, like, make a whole bunch of stuff, and now, like, for this entire year you haven't done a single thing? Like, well, you know, I'm working. I'm working, but hopefully, like, next month going forward there's going to be more like, releases, and then it should be stable, because, like, right now it was just an unfortunate, like, personal setback, accompanied with, you know, like, the troubles of trying to, like, also mix in the gaming channel and stuff. So yeah, let's go and let's go and check on the chat here a little bit. I'm so glad to see that the YouTube chat works. It's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Also, Fame, I hope you're doing well. Also, thank you so much for becoming like the first Patreon member. I saw that come in. I've also like I've worked quite a bit in like getting the Patreon right. So right now, like, you know, like basically if you're subscribed on Twitch or you're on Patreon, it's basically the same thing. Although Patreon allows for like a better like posting of stuff. But yeah, basically it's gonna be the what's it called? The overtimes, extra content, and whenever things are done early, I'll throw them on there as well. So yeah. Let's see. Retro says I got Revenant Prime. Wait, Revenant Prime exists recently for lazy farming of the index. Revenant is also good for Archon hunting. Pretty sure Revenant is good for anything that requires anything except top tier damage that can't be achieved without a single helmet. Also, do I have chat right now? Yes, I have chat enabled. Good. So there we go. Chat. So chat. Good. Let's see. Pretty sure Revenant is good. Let's see. Well, it's more due to its ability to negate damage specifically. Yeah, I literally only use his Mesmer skin. Everything else, I'm just bored. Lost Postma media. They just released Gauss Prime. Yeah, I saw that. But I don't know the order of the frames anymore. I mean, I guess it makes sense that, you know, like I remember Revenant coming out. I kind of remember Gauss coming out, but I think Revenant came before Gauss. But yeah, like a week and a half ago. Bro, I watched. Did you not see my video? Did you not see my video? Did you not see that I watched the Gauss Prime trailer? Like, oh man, oh man, oh man. Honestly, like, I was so proud of that. I disguised this entire gameplay video, I disguised this entire reaction video as like a gameplay video. I didn't play the game at all. I just watched the trailer. That was it. That was not my intention, to be honest. My intention was actually to go play some of the game, but there was so much that I had to say around like the trailer stuff because I thought that was interesting because everyone was talking about it. It's like, okay, well, that's a good lead in and to talk about the game. And then when I came into the game, it's like, man, there's so much to see. There was like half an hour of like extra content that I just like threw out because, like, oh boy, there's so much to go over. There's also so many memories. So yeah. No, I don't. Work's been kind of killing me. Plus, I'm usually spending all my free time with my girl. Dude, you have my full approval to not watch any of my shit for those two things. Like, that is actually, like, I mean, like, everyone always has my approval to like, go not watch my shit. I'm like, I'm not your dad. But, yeah, I mean, like, yeah. I was the only one who called it out, SMH. Dirty YouTuber tactics. Hey, I literally was in the game, though. Like, I mean, like, half the Warframe player base, the way that they play the games by just walking around their orbiter. I've done that so many times. Like, half my playtime in Warframe is walking around in my orbiter. But, yeah. You know, that is true. Oh no, Papa Michel. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, let's not go there. Not like this. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So yeah. Feels good to be back. Let me see. Let me turn off this light. It feels so freaking dark. It feels, I can't wait to watch this back. But like, it feels like, honestly, like I feel like this is way too dark because I'm normally used to like everything like flow over like too much light. But now this is right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That reminds me of like a game. There was a game called Daddy Simulator or something. I remember that came out when like 2016, 2017, kind of when I was getting started with YouTube and sort of stuff, and like that kind of blew up. I was like, oh shoot. Oh man, Elite, how's it going? Good to see you. Howdy. What those beautiful, beautiful Pog emotes. Oh boy, I should add the new that emote there. The pointing one. You call that so freaking well, Rahab. I like that. But yeah. Dream Daddy, Rahab. I make the rules here. Wait, did you just tag yourself? Oh no, you're replying to yourself. I just saw that in the chat right here. You can see that here in the chat. Like, it's like the lighting offends me. Maybe write a 300-word Twitter apology. All right, hold on. I'll change the color for you because I can't do that now. What do you like more? Do you like it purple, light blue, white? Do you want it red? Do you want this to be a red room? Like this is like the red apology room. Oh man, and I like. There we go. Green, blue. I felt more blue today. I felt a little bit more blue today. I didn't really want to choose a platform. Actually, I do think there's like a Discord thing on there. Basically, like the video that I scrapped was going to be like a vlog with me installing this and that sort of stuff. But the thing that I kind of learned, like the thing that I learned from that is, first of all, like the audio was horrible. I was trying out a new mic and that just didn't really work out at all. And then secondly, I talk too much. like basically, like I need to make a better distinction between like vlogs or some more like experience things, and like the tech videos where I can talk with everyone, because that's basically it. Because otherwise it's just a shot of my face and the desk. Just like this stream is a lot of me talking, because, you know, otherwise you'd just be looking at me. We'd just be sitting here in silence, looking at both our screens, having a staring contest. We could do that as a stream as well. We could definitely do that as a stream. Are you down? Actually, I'll probably blink before you do, because I can't check. I can't check. You can check me. I can't check you. It's so unfair. Life is so unfair sometimes. So freaking unfair. You know what's not unfair? The next topic. Is that a challenge? Bro, I just said that you'd win that. So it's kind of a challenge, but it's also a challenge where, you know, watching paint dry. To be honest, I'm pretty sure that you can make a fun watching paint dry stream. Like, not just by just having, like, you know, like, just having paint on the wall and that being the stream, but like if you actively like sit there and like your goal is to like not look away, and you do those little like IRL like donation type shit where, you know, like people try to distract you. Oh man. Elite says, I'm getting over an upset stomach, but still feeling the effects, but I'm doing better yesterday. It was horrible for me though. I advise people to be cautious of what you eat. Ooh. For sure, like food poisoning is not a joke. It's absolutely not a joke. I have certain types of food that I'm really bad with, and yeah, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Glad to hear you're doing better now. But yeah, like watch the fuck out with what you eat. Cook your chicken, and also like if you have anything that you're reacting badly to. One thing that I've noticed is sometimes like it changes over time. So something that I've had foods where like normally it would just give me like a bit of a like stomach ache and stuff, and I was like, oh, you know, it's fine, and then all of a sudden it was like that reaction increased. So right now I'm cautious. I'm cautious. Let's see, paint something that's set on fire that will dry out quickly. Kind of reminds me of this like Bobby Fingers dude who like creates like panoramas and shit, and like he did one with Michael Jackson on fire, that sort of stuff. It's a really interesting like YouTuber, really interesting stuff. Glass pane. Why are you touching my glass panes? I mean, like, I can try and touch your screen right here. Yeah, but I mean, like, you're not gonna hear that. I can't like put in the glass knocking sound effect, unfortunately. So, let's go over to topic number 2. Because, you know, like, I do have some obligation to go over these topics, which is like AI is everywhere right now, or is it? Or is it? Or is it? So yeah, this basically has to do with a lot of AI stuff that's been coming out here during like the last month. We had CES, which is like a tech conference sort of thing, and oh boy, was there a lot of stuff that that has come out of there that got like the entire press wild, and people like being like, oh my god, AI is everywhere, and people just being like, oh, it's nothing. And honestly, as someone who got a bachelor in AI, this is something that I sort of know something about. And not too much, but you know, sort of. I know sort of something about it. So I figured, why not go take a look at it? And yeah, let's see here. Can I? I think that the first one to start off with. Hold on, I'm getting all these pop-ups right here. The first one to start off with, I mean, like, we could talk about this thing right here, which everyone on YouTube right now is talking about, and like, oh, you see that everywhere in the media. And to be honest, I can kind of get it, like, but like also not. However, what I actually wanted to start out with was with this thing right here, the MSI AI-powered gaming monitor, which honestly just sounds like such a cool idea. Like, I'm actually sad that that they make this, because this is such a funny thing to like. Yeah, I was thinking about like a device that I can make to kind of replicate this idea. Because yeah, like what is this entire thing? Like, basically it's cheats in games. But undetectable cheats. So this right here was like one of the very first things that I saw coming out is like the new AI products, where I actually looked at this, was like, oh shoot, this could actually go and affect us. Not necessarily in like you know, like in a dystopian manner, because there's a lot of things in that is already kind of dystopian, with kids right now having ChatGPT where they don't have to write any essays anymore, so they don't have to like study anymore, because you know you just throw the prompt and schools can't figure out like how the hell this works. And then yeah, then there's also this thing right here, which is like more worrisome, because like this has actually got to do with games, and I'm somewhat of a gamer myself. Oh my god, that sounds so cringe. Elite says, did you move your stream setup? Yes, I did. In fact. I mean, like, I moved it several times. about 2 years ago, it used to be over there in that corner right now. Right now, I am, like, normally, like, the main camera is here. But, like, this is just my just chatting. The other camera's actually turned off right now. So I can't really easily switch between them. But, yeah, this right here is, like, the side camera. And then normally I'd be facing this way. And then right here, I'd be, like, gaming. Or, like, I'd be, like, doing the videos. And then you'd see that door. And now we're off to the side, to the angle. Because I think it's fun. This looks a little bit more relaxed. I don't know. It's weird aesthetics. So yeah. But yeah, so basically the idea behind this monitor right here is that it has like I think an extra like tiny computer in it that just does image detection, where basically, or like object recognition, where it looks into games. So like right here they had, I think, like League of Legends or so, like running. I've not played League or Dota, so I wouldn't be able to distinguish the two. But basically the idea here is that they have this game running, and because there's like an object recognizing software in there, it can recognize what enemies are and then highlight them on the screen, which is pretty much just wall hacks. I don't know like how prevalent, like how important that is in like this game, like, because I've never played it. But I can imagine if that's something that, like, you know, you can put in your monitor, especially in like first-person shooter games, like for instance like Apex or Call of Duty. Like those things are like, those cheats are being used quite prolifically by people because it is very useful to know where your opponent is. And a lot of times, like, we have a hard time seeing our opponents. I notice with myself, if I play Overwatch where all the enemies are bright red, it's a lot easier for me to spot them than when we're in Apex and it's a bit harder to see. But if you have a monitor that can just kind of like detect where the enemy is and then just throw a bright red circle around it, then yeah, that will make it a lot easier. And this is something where, you know, it's getting into a very interesting territory, because this is something I can definitely see is a very easy possibility to make. The idea behind this, the idea behind this is basically, as far as I can imagine, that they have like a little computer that goes like inside the monitor that goes over like the incoming stream, like incoming stream of video. So it doesn't need to even communicate with a computer, because it can just look at the images that it's getting. And if it's been trained like well enough on particular games, the way that the enemies are portrayed are going to be the exact same. So then it's going to be able to just detect it. Like it doesn't need to be running in the background as like a very heavy program. If it's just been trained, it's just like an offline learning thing, where basically offline learning is that you train the model once and then like you just let it run, and it doesn't really adapt anymore. Then this is something where it can just like very easily highlight, where it's like, hey, you know, like this looks like an enemy, highlight it. The thing that I wonder about this though is like, what's going to happen with this? I imagine that games may want to like not have AI cheats on gaming gear, because normally like wall hacks or like enemy highlighter programs, I think they're not allowed. They'll get you banned. So this is something that they can't detect. But what they can do, for instance, is push like a new update where they redesign the enemies or they screw around with the overlay. And then I wonder, like, let's say that they redesign everything. If this is what I assume is going to be a model that's going to be trained once and then, you know, not update it over time, because otherwise you're going to have to like install a GPU and inside your monitor, which I don't think people are going to do. Then basically, if the game updates past like the way that this model has been trained, then basically this monitor will not be able to tell what is an enemy anymore, because like they changed it up so much and it can't adjust itself. Then will this monitor become useless, or will you have to update your monitor? Which honestly sounds like such a dumb thing. Like, you're gonna have to update your monitor, but nowadays people have to update their TVs all the time. So yeah, then your computer monitor is gonna be another smart device, which I don't know if I'm too excited about. But yeah, it's interesting to see, because I can definitely see this technology working. I can definitely also see that this may this may be very beneficial, and also may be something that game developers may be actively trying to avoid. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see coming up. This is definitely a version of AI where, yeah, like this is AI implemented in a technology which I think has a really legitimate use case. Though then again, like, I'm kind of saying, like, I was kind of thinking like how many people are actually going to be using this, but then at the same time, you know, people do pay for wall hacks, so people will be using it. Let's see. I use a green reticle on Apex, Elite says. Yeah, I think I used a purple one. Like, that was kind of like trying to like get a reticle that works in every single location, or like a pink one. But yeah, this right here is just like changing your enemies. So that's something where you know, like you see AI come into places where you're like, oh hey, you know, that works. That's something where, you know, it's definitely gonna screw around with balancing games. But then again, like, I mean, having hotkeys or like customizable hotkeys on your keyboard and having a better keyboard. I mean, like I have a like gaming keyboard right here. Like that also has advantages over just having like a standard like office keyboard. So like there's always going to be equipment differences, but especially right now, it's like this right here is this kind of wall hacks that people are going to get for their monitor. Our game's going to respond to this, and our game's going to be able to respond to this, and then how will monitors respond? Or will people just be stuck with whatever worked at the time that that monitor released, and then it's just going to be useless? I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see. That's something where, like, I feel like, hey, you know, like, technology, like, AI is really going to be doing something right here. Other things that I'm looking at, I do feel like AI is being used more, like, the term AI is being used a bit more loosely. So something like this right here is like a, it's like this right here was like a mouse, like a AI voice mouse. Like you can see it right here on the title right here. It's like the entire company's AI voice mouse. So this is their first product. We don't know if this is going to come to market. It was on CES, but I don't know if it's actually going to be out. Let's see. Can we buy it? Could we buy it? I don't know. The website is kind of slow. Let's see. Captive says, "Hey, sorry for butter." Oh boy. I actually thought I could. I actually thought that was a useful measure, but yeah, it was good that you deleted that. My thing doesn't delete this just yet, but I can. I think. Man, it's been a long time. I've not been used to this. There we go. Now the message is gone. Will people really pay $200 for a wall hack? Doubtful. I think so though. Because like the thing is, how much I've never looked for like wall hacks. Let's see, wall hack. What's a game that I don't play? Valorant. So like I can't get banned on Valorant because I don't even have an account there. But like people pay money for wall hacks, don't they? Or is it free? Maybe it's free. But people are very pathetic. Like, let me just put this forward here. You know, people are kind of really like right here. I mean, I don't know what this is, but this definitely costs money. This is not the official website, so I don't know. I've never looked for. I mean, like I didn't show it, but like I've never looked for it, but I can imagine that people will pay money for it because there has been so many clips. Like there's so many compilations on YouTube of streamers that are using wall hacks to like look better in their streams, and I'm pretty sure that there's people out there who also just want to like get that little advantage. And right here, just like keep in mind that this is not just a wall hack. This is also a monitor. So you don't just pay money for something that may get you banned in the game. Because honestly, like paying for cheats, it's kind of ridiculous because you're you're investing time and money into something which once it's detected, you're just gonna, you know, you're gonna lose all your progression. So what the hell did you do it for? But people care because people are stupid. So, you know, I think that this may be something that people will actually use, especially when it comes to the higher end. Because here's the thing, it's like you may wonder about like do people really care all that much for like just that tiny bit of advantage? But let's see here. Let's go to Amazon.com and let's go and do a little bit of investigation, shall we? Because you know we were just talking about the AI mouse. Let's go and look at an actual mouse. Let's see if this actually wants to open up. There we go. Let's go and compare these two. So let's see. Oh no, Amazon, come on, dude. Ultra light gaming mouse. Let's see if we want to look for an ultra light gaming mouse. Because oh my god, do people go wild for these? We have one for $125. We have one for $89. We have, I think it's like Asus, $120, $135 right here. Can we set it to most expensive? How do we sort? Price high to low. Let's see, $325 for like something combined, $280 here. Oh no, that's also a combination right here. $250 for like a ultra light wireless gaming mouse. Okay, $250. Let's say 250 is the highest that we found. Then look at Corsair Harpoon RGB. This is the mouse that I have. Right here it's $50. I thought I got mine for 24 or so. Like, yeah, right here. Did the price increase? I mean, like, did this maybe like US? Like right here, like I mean, like even $50 sort of thing. I got mine for like right here. You have one for 20. Like, people spend about 5 times more or 10 times more on like gaming mice because they are that much lighter, so you're that much faster with like moving around. To be honest, if I pick up that mouse, I can feel the difference, but I can feel a 10 times more like price increase difference. I'm like, yeah, you know, like this mouse feels kind of lighter than I expect. That's funny, but like I don't really notice it that much. I feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a gaming god when I have this. Still, every single pro player plays with these mice. Every single pro player plays with their mechanical keyboard or whatever keyboard where they have a faster response time because that's what they need. Every single pro player plays with like a super high refresh rate. I mean, like people talk about that they can see the difference between like 120 FPS and so many FPS. That if I play between 30 and 60, like yeah, I see a difference, but like I'm not like, oh my god, I'm gonna barge my eyes out because oh, there's a 30 FPS right here. Like I've played on 30 FPS for most of my gaming time because I was playing on that little laptop and I sometimes couldn't even do 30 FPS. But you know, people pay under Wasu for it. So if there is, especially right here with this monitor, if there's a possibility that right now, this right here does not fall under cheats right here, because it's not a cheat that, first of all, games can detect, and second of all, like this is something that is what's it called, like not, that hasn't, there's no precedence for this yet. So if people buy this monitor and they use it, first of all, how are game companies going to find out? But secondly, if they do find out, it's like, you know, like you could say like, I don't know, like this is not a cheat. This is just like a monitor that I bought, right? So I think that this is definitely something, if people are paying out of Wasu for like just a little bit of advantage, even if you're not necessarily a cheater, but you just want every single advantage to become a pro player or think that you can become a pro player, because that's pretty much where most of these like very expensive products are aimed at, people that think they can become pro players. But that's in every single sport. Like most of the sport products, most of the like really good stuff that you can get for whatever sport you're doing, whether it's hockey, whether it's like swimming, whether it's soccer or whatever, it's aimed at people who think that they can become very good, but not the people who are actually good because, you know, they're sponsored. So, but yeah, like basically like these people will buy this. I'm pretty sure that they will buy this. If this comes to market, it actually works. I think that I see right here that there is AI upgrade possibility. Let's see, trainable AI models with a firmware update. Okay, so like it is going to be updatable over time. So they actually have thought ahead, and what we're seeing right here is that if the game does change over time, then yes, in fact, we will see this model, this thing update over time as well. It says the advent of AI eliminates the constraints previously imposed across different games. When MSI offers well-trained AI modules such as health indicator, spectrum bar, users can leverage gaming intelligence to conduct local training for their preferred games. Hold on. Local training. First, collect your own data depending on the games you play, including images and footages, to train your custom models. Consequently, coupled with AI MSI firmware update, these custom-trained AI models can seamlessly integrate into your monitor. Okay, this is even more interesting because right now you can go ahead and train your own things. So basically, this monitor will probably come with software that will allow you to just train on your game data. So basically, any game will work. Holy shit! Holy shit, that's interesting. Let's go check out chat for a second here. Let's see here. Nice recommendation, Michel. I bet. Let's see. Would love to see you there, Brett. One. Oh yeah, the Amazon thing. Funny how I put more weight in my mouse because I like the heavier ones. Yeah, I mean, like everyone has their weird preferences, you know. For me, it's just like if it's a mouse, it's a mouse. And that's it. Like also, like I think that's because I haven't had that many mice to experience with. Like that's something where, like, as the channel grows, I really want to do a lot more comparison things. Because one of the things that I really hate is that if I go out to like buy a mouse, like I'd most have like needed 1 or 2 mice. Like I only have 1 or 2 computers. So I have no use for 10, 15 different mice, even though there's so many different gaming mice out there. And then you go over videos, it's like it's so hard to figure out, like, just tell me what's good. I just don't know. I just don't fucking know. It's so hard to figure out. So yeah, like I want to make that a little bit more clear. Like if the channel takes off, like I'll go like to heaps of categories, just buy everything, and then just we'll figure it out. Let's see. Let's see. Dresses on guys don't do it. Don't do much for me. Don't make him put on a maid outfit would be funny. Honestly, if this was like early 2010s YouTube, I probably would have done that already. Because that era was all about like all these YouTubers dressing up in weird things. I mean, like, oh boy. Speaking of AI cheats, remember back in 2017, the video made an April Fool's type thing called the GeForce G Assist. GeForce G Assist. I don't remember it. Let's go take a look. Let's see right here. All right, there we go. NVIDIA's GeForce GTX USB. Oh no, this is GeForce GTX USB drive. I thought this was a G Assist. I'll look for G Assist. It's not here yet. Hold on. Let's go take a look here. Go back, please. Watch a promotional video. All right, we'll watch a promotional video. They really call anything AI nowadays, huh? Yeah, that's something that I wanted to get into, because like this right here, for instance, this right here is like an AI mouse, which I also saw featured in a couple of videos about like CES. Like, oh my god, it's an AI mouse. And basically, the thing that this thing has, it's got a couple of features. Like, first of all, since we're talking about mice, this right here is a mouse that you're supposed to be able to like pick up and then speak into it, and then as you're speaking into it, it will just write out like what you're saying. I mean, true, part of AI is voice recognition. However, I wouldn't really call like voice recognition that much of an AI improvement sort of thing, because that's something that we've had ever since. Oh, we've had that for a decade now, where it somewhat works. I mean, we've had it in the early 2000s as well, in like cars and stuff, where you'd speak into it and like it would never understand what you mean. But we've had that with what's it called? We've had that with phones for so long right now, where you can just speak into the keyboard sort of thing, and then it will write it out for you. We've had it with YouTube right now, who's currently transcribing everything that I'm saying, and it's really good at it. So yeah, it's partly AI. I mean, like, yeah, it does fall under the umbrella of AI, but right, like basically, the thing that I have with this is like 5 years ago, this would have been branded as smart mouse. And like it has basically like it has a voice translation like right here, like that's another thing. Like you have another button and then you can translate, like it will translate whatever is being said sort of thing. But that's not really AI. That's more like taking it and then copying it into like Google Translate or whatever translate server is there and then throwing that back. Like this literally would have been called a smart mouse like 2-3 years ago. So this is what I feel like where it comes to like the AI stuff. A lot of this is just hyping on the thing where it's like, oh man, like this, all this stuff is like so AI, but a lot of this is like not really. I mean, like yeah, but not really. You know, like that's something where I feel a lot of this stuff already. It's kind of annoying that like everything now gets the AI name, even though it's like it's not really AI. All right, I don't know whether this right here is gonna be copy claim, so we're not gonna watch this with sound. Let's see, the GTX GeForce Assist. Let's go watch this video right here. Let's see, do we need to lower it a little bit? There we go, we'll lower it a little bit. Good, all right. GeForce has always been at the forefront of PC gaming. Oh yeah. And today we're excited to announce the biggest revolution in PC gaming history. Are you? The GeForce GTX G Assist. Honestly, like this USB drive, like if they like that was what the article was about, but if they made this into like a sellable USB drive, fucking I'd buy it. Like that looks cool. Oh man, this comes packed with deep learning algorithms that use the power of your GeForce GPU to bring artificial intelligence to gaming. Oh boy, bada bing bada boom. So let's say you're playing an intense game of 3 versus 4 Rainbow Six Siege, and suddenly there's a knock on the door. What can you do? You can't leave your teammates hanging, but you can't let the pizza guy wait outside either, or he'll yell at you again. Now there's a solution. Oh, you're basically letting the AI take over. Now with GeForce Ghostplay, you'll never have to compromise again. AI that watches how you play can mimic you and can tweak it with settings and actions per minute. How offensive or defensive you'd like to be, language preferences, and whatever you'd like to taunt or emote. While you're not even in or at your seat. You still get your pizza, and your teammates get your invaluable skills. To be honest, like, yeah, I mean, like, it may be possible. It may actually be possible. Let's see, you've been playing Dark Souls 3 and you're taking on the Nameless King, he's just destroying you. What are you up to? Well, this is where there's the boss boost on. The boss boost on. This feature uses AI to find the most stylish way to take out the boss in a game. And use it once per game to record with Shadow Play and share it with all your friends. To be honest, this could actually be possible. This could actually be possible right now. I mean, like, I don't know necessarily whether it would fit on a USB stick. Probably it would, but like the way that, like, let me just describe it like a little bit like the way that you would do something like this. A lot of times when it comes to AI, like, AI problems are just prediction problems, like a lot of them. So if you look at ChatGPT is just a prediction machine where, like, it's been trained to predict what's the best word to give to you after, like, you've given your prompt. So like, it just predicts, like, what's the best move now. And let's see where I want to go with this. The way that you would, for instance, solve something like this, it would just be to go after, like, the way that you would go after, like, something like this, like, you'd have to be able to quantify certain movements. Like, the best way to, like, do prediction is, like, basically turn everything into numbers. And with games, it's actually quite easy because all of your, like, inputs, everything that you do with a game is already like bits, because, like, everything, like, all your keyboard inputs, all your mouse inputs, they're already bits. So if you were able to read those and you're able to assign a certain score to it, where it's like, hey, this is more like this person, this is less like this person, this is more good for the score of the game, this is less good for the score of the game, you should be able to just train something on there. So yeah, that is something where, you know, like, it could actually exist, maybe not in the way that they're promoting it, but yeah. Let's see. A theme says define weird. Something that's not usual. I would say choose the one that feels the most comfortable, ergonomic. Yeah, but that's a really hard thing nowadays. With like a lot of times, like, you buy these things online. Like, not a lot of people go to like stores anymore. So it's really hard to, like, get the feel for, like, what feels right. And it's something which I've had a really hard time with when it comes to, like, choosing keyboards. Like, man, the world of keyboards is such a wild one. But then it's like what keyboard do you go for? Like, oh yeah, you gotta go for, like, a custom keyboard with, like, the Cherry MX switches, but then there's so many different colors of switches, and which switch feels right. It's like, this one feels clicky, and this one feels not so clicky, but this one feels right. It's like, I don't know, dude. Yeah. I think it was a sellable USB drive for a while. You know, the marketing department was real proud for that obnoxious name. Surely this is a breach of AFK rules. I mean, like, if you can't discover it, is it really a crime? Let's see. Just touch it for the screen, or maybe, or use your AI holographic interface. Of course, let's see. Got one of those electric prostate sappers and sync it up to dying in games. Yeah, that's a video idea. I actually had like a video idea. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it anymore. But I had this idea to do what's it called? Like to, like, train a pad, like, an object recognition model on, like, Apex sort of thing, where it's like it would see, like, when the reticle goes over an enemy. I was wondering if this is possible in Apex, but it may actually be even easier in Overwatch, where, like, you, like, see whether, like, the reticle goes over an enemy, because then, like, basically the color of the reticle, like, and behind there would, like, in Overwatch it would turn red. And then when that happens, like, send a signal to, like, two, like, electric pads on my hands, which basically, like, are wired up in such a way that, you know, like, my muscles contract. And then I'm playing with a controller, so basically the moment that my reticle goes over an enemy, it's like it contracts my fingers so I shoot. So it's like a real life aim assist. But yeah, I needed to become, like, a little bit more competent with what's it called, like, our hardware sort of stuff like that, like Raspberry Pi, Arduino stuff, and also with those pads and that sort of stuff. So, like, that's something where I was thinking about. But yeah, like, like that idea, like, I mean, like, it reminded me of that because, you know, like, it's syncing up some sort of, like, sapper thing to your body to, like, yeah, it's something that you can play around with. It's like if I were to do an Una's Honest, I'd do that version for sure. So yeah, let's see. That's that thing. That's the AI thing. Let's see. I think we're here with time. We're so good with time. I mean, like we haven't really looked at the AI rabbit thing, but you know, the AI rabbit thing. It's kind of like an iPhone thing. It makes it look interesting. It makes it look cool. It's definitely gonna be released at some point in time. But yeah, let's go and take a look at the final thing right here. I mean, we've talked about a bunch about gaming. I don't know if we still want to talk about this, but we'll see. Michel into G-Spot play confirmed. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You're all assuming things about me. Or maybe you're very good detectives. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's talk about the final topic that I had prepared for today, which is things are changing in gaming. Games are changing. Did I leave that thing out the entire time? Holy shit, I did. All right, well, it's gone now. Woo! gaming is changing. So over the last month, we've seen a lot of layoffs in tech industries and also a lot in what is called the gaming spheres. I think one of the culprits, like one of the things that we've seen is Destiny 2 has lost a whole bunch of people, including right now. Like this is like literally today, their director, their game director is leaving Bungie for a new adventure, and that is with, I don't know if it sees right here, where basically like about a month back or so, they laid off like a really large amount of people, including like some major people, like the composer, like Michael Salvatore. I think he also composed like Halo and stuff. So like there's a lot going on where a lot of people are leaving Destiny 2, even though Destiny 2 is doing really bad when it comes to like financials. I think that the layoffs came along with the message that the sales were down 48% as expected. So like they sold like about half less of like the Destiny 2 like release update than they expected, which is kind of bad. So now the next one needs to be a banger, but everyone's being deleted from the game, so, or like deleted from the company. So that's going to be interesting how that will develop. Then we have right here, we're making sure that we're not a robot. Let's see right here. Come on, dude. There we go. So yeah, Microsoft lays off like 1,900 Activision Blizzard employees, including the president of Activision Blizzard, which is also interesting. And then in the meantime, like where people are being laid off right here, we have a success story right here with Power World, Pokemon with Guns, selling 7 million copies in 5 days on Steam, and being like the top game in like in Steam. Like it's insane. This thing is like 2 million concurrent players. It's hitting that almost daily. And it is like it's beaten CS:GO of like it's like whatever year-long throne. So there's a lot of things going on in gaming, which is kind of crazy. Let's see. That's partly why they're leaving, because the sales are so big. Yeah, I think so too. And to be honest, when it comes to this stuff, it's never fun that people lose their jobs. But when it comes to like the way that things are going, where you're seeing a shift where these big companies of Blizzard and Bungie, who are supposed to be like the triumph of what AAA gaming, what the best forms of gaming are like, where they're kind of going down, and like these new indie developers, like this Power World thing is coming up. I think it's kind of deserved. I think that it makes a lot of sense why this is happening, especially when you look at Destiny 2, which for the longest time has been just absolute freaking garbage towards like the wallets of the people that play it. I've sort of played Destiny for a while. Like I played through Destiny 2's campaigns when they were still playable. I've even played for like the up until like the Witch Queen. However, at that point in time, it was so confusing, and I've never really been truly able to get into that game. So to give you a little bit of backstory, like what is Destiny 2? Destiny 2 was like this game that was, I mean, like, it's still around, but it was always very much compared to Warframe, and that's also why I think a lot of people moved over from Warframe to Destiny 2 to try it out. But it's always been this weird game to me. So Destiny launched as a $60 game, as like the big new game from Bungie, who's obviously known for making like the Halo 1, 2, and 3, and Reach, which were some of the best games that I've played. So honestly, like coming up with like Destiny was supposed to be like a one giant banger, and it was set in like the space sort of like world universe where you have what's it called, like the light. You have the light, the Traveler. That's it. Like the big moon of light. Like that revives people from the dead and gives them special powers. And there's also the darkness that's approaching, and all sorts of like alien other species that are coming to fight you in this big ass war. There's supposed to be so much lore behind it. So much lore behind it that the game even couldn't really tell it. Like the thing that I found with Destiny is like it's so weird. They really quickly abandoned Destiny as their own game to move over to Destiny 2 and just scrap everything that was, or like yeah, I mean like Destiny's still around, but no one has really played it because Destiny, I don't know if you can still play it, but it's just like it's not a cohesive package anymore. And in Destiny 2 they made this entire like free to play, like not really free to play, but this entire like live service sort of game which would go on forever. So it's not really in story installments. They were both like live service games that would get updates, but all of a sudden they decided Destiny 1, fuck it, let's move on to Destiny 2. And then with Destiny 2, they made a couple of quests, but in those quests they could never really tell the entire lore. They could never really tell what's going on. If you wanted to know what's going on, you had to go over to wikis, you had to go over to My Name is Bive and other YouTubers who would explain what's going on. And it didn't really get that much better when a couple years ago they decided to just delete their quests, so you don't really know what the hell is going on. And that's something where the moment I saw that, I was kind of like, holy shit, this is really, really bad. Because the quests that they deleted were like DLC content, like update content, which isn't like Warframe where it's free. It's content where people paid for it, not just like 20 bucks, like they pay for Palworld. It's something where you paid 60 bucks for, like full retail price. And that was just being deleted because of like, oh, it takes up too much space. And that's a point where I was like, holy shit, hold on a second, this makes no sense. This makes no sense at all. Like people paid for this content, now you're deleting it, no one can play that anymore. And then they were going free to play. I was like, okay, sure. They're going to free to play model where it's basically like Warframe. Like you can play this game freely. The only thing that you have is microtransactions. But then you can play all the content there, and then you just pay for cosmetics. But that wasn't the case because they still charge full price for new updates. And then they also have microtransactions where I think someone figured out it was like it costs like tens of thousands of dollars to get all the cosmetics in Destiny. Which is like, this game is like super double dipping. Not only was it 60 bucks on launch, it's also like charging a full game price for its updates, then it's microtransacting out of the hell out of the game, saying that's like a free-to-play game, but then it's also deleting the DLC content. So it never really felt like a game where I felt like trustworthy. Like it never felt trustworthy to me. And combine that with the hard part of getting into the lore of it, because it's always so obscure and everyone is taking themselves too seriously. It's like, I think the only people that really are like playing Destiny right now are the people that have been through it from the start, that feel very closely connected to that game, that have followed the entire lore and have invested so much of their life, so much of their money, and so much of their time, and so much of their like mental energy into it that they want to see it to completion. But for new people, it's like what you're gonna do? You're gonna join a game right now which is free to play, but you can't really play much of it because you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to buy a new thing for full price, but to understand what's going on, the story and everything, like you're gonna have to play previous things, but you can't because those things are deleted. But don't worry, because like that, like the start of this game that was deleted wasn't actually the start of this game because that was before this. But even then, like you still need codexes and lore, like lore wikis to understand what the hell's going on because they never explain it properly. It's like, man, so much trouble. It is so much trouble. Like what? Like, and that's not even a free to play game. Like Warframe can be like confusing sometimes, but at least it's free to play. This game costs money. I mean, like it is free to play, but yeah. So I can see that. Like oh my god, dude. Like I see that Destiny, like it not doing well. Like it doesn't surprise me. And then you look at something like Blizzard, and Blizzard, like holy fuck, they screwed over Overwatch. It's like Overwatch 2, I feel, has pretty much come forward and shown us that you don't really need to have hope for Blizzard games. We've had like the Diablo Immortal and Diablo 4, which I've not played myself, but the Diablo Immortal was already a giant fiasco where with the like, do you guys not have phones sort of thing, where I've never felt like I wanted to go and invest my time into like a new Diablo entry. Maybe I want to go back to play the old ones, but not the new ones, because like the way that that comes across is like people just hungry for microtransactions, money, that sort of stuff. And from what I've heard, it's not very good at Diablo 4 either. And then like coming off that, you know, like you have Overwatch, which is like the IP that's kind of running the strongest for like most years. They completely abandoned that game for 3 years because they're going to work in a sequel which is going to feature PvE content and all that sort of stuff. And then a couple years later, after like completely abandoning their game, not doing anything with it, they say, oh, here's Overwatch 2. It's a direct upgrade to Overwatch, so you're not going to be able to play the original Overwatch. We're going to change the core game mechanics. We're going to increase like our microtransactions to much higher, And right now, we're also not going to give you the PvE content that we promised. We're also not going to give you like much of the extra content we promised. We're just going to give you like a slight update to the game, and also it's free to play now. And like, I haven't really felt the need to go back to Overwatch, and I don't think a lot of people have either, because I really haven't seen that many people like play Overwatch or be interested anymore. I think that game really, like, the way that they handled that, the way that they fumbled their premises, really gave people a lot, like, lost people's trust in Blizzard. Like, after, like, I mean, like, all the stuff that they did before that. With the entire, like, Me Too stuff that came out there, which was absolutely fucking horrible. With the all the stuff there before there, the Blitzchung stuff, that sort of stuff. It's like, yeah, you know, like, they just hit this over and over again, where right now, like, I feel that, you know, like, them going down sort of thing is something where, like, I'm not surprised by it. But then you see something like Power World coming up, which is kind of like, I have not played that. I do really want to play that. But it's just like giving, like, this Pokemon franchise, or like the Pokemon idea, not franchise, but the Pokemon idea, a different twist to it, and all of a sudden, like, that picks up. So it's good to see that when companies actually listen to, like, what people may want to play, these games do well. And when companies don't listen to what people want to play, when companies don't follow, like, the idea of, like, let's make a game that's good, that people will enjoy, and not, like, focus on, like, microtransactions first, that we actually see, like, a good shift in that. We'll see. Retro says the balance of Overwatch is so bad nowadays. Used to feel much better, in my opinion, of course. Yeah, I can imagine. I've not played it much ever since Overwatch 2 came out, but honestly, Overwatch, like the original Overwatch, like I joined that pretty late. But when I played that really felt like a fun game. It felt like a fun game to join into. It felt like a shame that they completely, like, disregarded it. They didn't give it any love or attention or whatever. But hey, because of that, it felt like a time capsule. And I really, really, really don't understand what the hell's going on with games that are releasing games on top of other games. Like CS2, fuck that, man. I played CSGO quite a bit just before that update. I've barely played CS2. Because what the fuck is a CS2? Like, launch a CS2 alongside CSGO, but keep CSGO up, dude. Like, I bought CSGO. I bought this game. I also bought Overwatch. I want to play Overwatch. I don't want to play Overwatch 2 bullshit. However, the reason why I think that they're doing it is because otherwise people wouldn't migrate over. That's what we've seen with basically, like, the Call of Duties. Like, back in the day, like, I think the reason why Call of Duties were able to do this is because back in the day, like, having the next game was such a big thing, kind of like we had that for a time with smartphones, where everyone wanted to get the next smartphone. Like, oh, the new iPhone came out, or the new Samsung came out, and everyone wanted to get the next one, and you didn't really want to have the old one because there was a big difference between the next one and the next one and the next one. But nowadays, there's so little difference between the generational steps that there are still people that care about having the latest phone, but I think it's a much smaller percentage of people that are actually buying smartphones that actually care about having the latest phone. Because even a phone from like 5 years ago still works perfectly fine. So it's kind of like, I felt like back in the Call of Duty days, what we had was, because especially with the Xbox 360 PS3 era, there was like such rapid improvement. People wanted to get like the next Call of Duty, next one. And because of that, you had like a general progression of people not really playing the older titles anymore because people had moved on. However, I think that right now, especially when you have these games that are set like CSGO, I mean, like, there have been so many games that came out after CSGO has come out, and CSGO still remained at the top of the Steam charts. I wonder what would have happened if they'd had released CS2 as a separate title and then let CSGO stay. I don't know if CS2 would have been able to, like, consistently beat CSGO. So I think that they didn't want that to compete, and, like, I think that's the same with Overwatch. So yeah. Retro says they butchered some characters in Overwatch, like you've won, like, unless you've won tricked them, they're a downgrade of another character who has just as better abilities. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that games do it. But it just goes, like, I think that just goes to show it's like, it doesn't put players first. That sounds like a very elitist sort of thing. It's like, oh man, you got to put players first, because that's something where, you know, it kind of sounds like this, like, it kind of sounds like the what's it called, the self-righteousness or the self-importance that streamers have sometimes. Like, oh my god, you gotta put the streamer first, you gotta watch the stream for the streamer, not for the game. It's like, bro, you gotta be entertaining them. Like, that's the same thing when it comes to games. Like, oh, you gotta put a player first. Like, well, the game has got to generate profit, you know. You can't put a player first and start your game for $1, but if you can't afford to keep up your studio with that, pay the developers for that, it's like, yeah, fuck that, it's not gonna work. So, you know, like, you have to put, you know, some things first, sort of thing. But also, like, keep in mind that at the end of the day, like, you're just someone who is selling something and people are buying it, but they're not forced to buy it. So I'm pretty interested to see like how this is going to go on. And yeah, that's kind of like the game stuff. I think so far the stream is holding up quite nicely. There are things that are breaking down here, but I'll be able to fix them in a bit. But yeah, like that is some interesting changes in what's it called in games. I am pretty interested to see what Pal World does, because honestly, oh wait, I had this open. There we go. I'm pretty interested to see what Pal World does, because I kind of want to play that. I kind of want to play that and see if it's as good as people say. I highly doubt that it won't be, because there's so many people still playing it. Let's say a great example of it is Bastion. Went from his name making sense to his identity being removed and put into a worse attacker than Soldier 76, can only do higher bursts in a limited mode that only really affects tanks. Not to mention for his main gun, it has a worse fall off than a healer, meaning someone like Ana would do more damage from being far away from Bastion, despite him being a pseudo sniper. Wasn't there something about Overwatch implementing passive heals as well? Like, I think I read something about that. Hold on, Overwatch passive heal. Because like I believe I heard something that they're gonna introduce like some sort of like heal. Yeah, every Overwatch 2 hero right here getting a self heal. Oh yeah, right here. Overwatch 2 getting a huge change to tanks and damage healers who will self-heal soon. Blizzard finds a solution to Genji spamming I need healing. Big change coming, so let's see. So, where's the biggest change? Next season, both tank and damage hero will get a modified, tuned-down version of support self-healing passive. Overwatch game director announced on Friday. While some, let's see, can we actually see this right here as like, yes, this is the official statement. I kind of want to read that. Because this right here sounds like kind of bullshit. It's like, yeah, why do we need support characters? Our offensive characters will just be support characters. Let's see if this wants to load. Yeah. Come on, dude. Load. There we go. We're at the start of the new year. I thought it would be a great idea to talk about our 2024. This director states will be one of the series. Let me see. Where will be gameplay? Let's see, there are ping system, spawn together system. I'm looking for where it comes to the heal. Introduce a quick play. Let's see, is heal on here? Heal? I can't see it. I don't know if this talks about it. Health indicators, one of 3. Oh yeah, here. It's our hope that staying closer to your teammates and having more information on what they're doing will help encourage team play, but what happens when your team is not working well together? We definitely want to make this a little less frustrating. We've talked about the new competitive system coming to Season 9, but there's a massive set of gameplay and balance changes coming to that season as well. Many of these changes are aimed at reducing damage spikes in combat. I won't get into all of it here. We're working on a standalone post to be published at the start of the season, but for the sake of the current discussion, I'd like to talk about one aspect of it. In Season 9, both tank and damage heroes will get a modified, tuned-out version of support self-healing passive. This should give non-support players more options in terms of sustaining themselves. It should also take the pressure of some support players to keep everyone alive, since every individual players now have more control of their own health pool. In Overwatch, there's a constant tug of war between the power of a team and the power of an individual hero or player. A change like this shifts that balance a bit. This is meaning that we're constantly evaluating. We still want Overwatch to be defined by team strategy and mechanics, but we feel that this can be pulled back a bit and possibly more in the future. Like, holy fucking shit, dude. Basically, like, there's no point anymore to having, like, healers almost. It's like, yeah, I can see where they're coming from, in the sense that if you've ever joined a public Overwatch game or a public Apex game or a public team game, you're not really playing as a team. most of the time you're just playing as individual players who will have their own tantrums. And to be honest, like, I think that's totally fine. I think it's totally fine that there are people out there who, if they're gonna go and play a game, a lot of times these FPS games are team games because free for all is kind of rough. Then like you're just doing what you're doing, because not everyone is here to play ranked. Not everyone is here to become like a gaming pro. A lot of people are just there to like kind of blow up stream. A lot of people are also just like young kids who don't know how to play with people. And like I say young kids, there can be young kids who don't know how to play with people in any fucking age. Like there is a lot of old people who are just like these young asocial kids that don't know how to fucking like cooperate for if their life depended on it. So, you know, like, I don't think that you can change people as they are, especially if there's no reason for them to really be invested in team play. And I think that one of the ways that something like Call of Duty did this very well back in the day is that you always had like fluid matchmaking. So if someone was rage quitting, someone else would jump in. A lot of times, like the mechanics that were in place would like someone could go on a kill streak, but their kill streaks would also help the team. And I think that if you look at Overwatch, I think that, yes, a lot of part of the Overwatch is very much like you're dependent on your support heroes, you're dependent on your tanks, like you're dependent on the team synergy to work well, and that can really break down. I do think that Overwatch does have decent systems in place where even like I've seen really bad situations at the like in a game just be completely turned around, which I think is great. I think that other games are that far less, but here it's kind of like you're just kind of taking the piss. if you're changing it so much. Let's see. I heard something about that recently. Honestly, no idea. I think they need to increase the time to kill and lower the healing by a lot. The amount of times I've gotten someone to one shot and then both healers jump on them and suddenly they're back to full, all because they avoided damage for a millisecond. If that isn't the sign of the good of the dying game, I don't know what it is. Never mind the long-standing balance problems, outdated mechanics, ridiculous creative direction. Blizzard never should have removed the defense category of characters. They basically made everyone a hyper-aggressive version of what they used to be. Yeah, it seems to me like right now they're just like making all the characters the same. All characters will have damage that's roughly the same. All characters will have healing that's roughly the same. So like there's like, yeah, it's literally what they're saying, like we don't want to make this game as dependent on team play anymore. So yeah, and I think that that's something that really made Overwatch is like the way that teams could play together. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, it is, as you say, Rab, a sign of a dying game, which is what it is. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, also Rab posting on the YouTube chat. I still need to figure out emotes, so I can't see emotes in the chat, but I'm glad to see that the YouTube chat does work. I just need to figure out how to post with it. But yeah, other than that, like, I'm glad that this works. Like, holy fucking shit. I'm not modded here. No, you're not. Am I able to do this? I've made you a moderator. There are two types of moderators. I just made you a moderator. I don't know. YouTube Live is weird. YouTube Live is really, really weird. I still need to get used to it. But you should be a mod right now. Is there a sword? Is there a sword to your name? There we go. There's a sword to Rahab's name. Perfect. So yeah, that's kind of it for today's chatting Wednesdays, chatting Tuesdays. I think the stream went somewhat well. This was the first chatting Tuesdays in a while. I think Potato, how's it going? Good to see you. Just as we're closing off, holy shit. Well, actually, you know, let's extend it a little bit more. Rahab says, let's see, still see if anyone else takes bait on that recent comment. I was waiting on people to respond to it. I was waiting on people to like join on the bandwagon of either calling me, like joining you to call me out, or joining me to call you out as like a hater sort of thing. Good, how are you? I'm good. Thanks so much. I am well, we're closing off the stream a little bit, but yeah, I'm getting back into things. Things are doing better here. The turn of the year was a bit rough for me, but other than that, things are looking up. I always like when, you know, it gets to be spring again. I don't do very well with like the dark days, especially right here when like the darkest days, like it's around 4 p.m. that like things like evening sets in, and it's around like 8 a.m. 9 a.m. when like the sun comes up, and it's like, oh man, you know, I kind of like it bright. I kind of like it sunny. So yeah, Retro says there's no true specialist anymore in Overwatch. Supports are defined by their healing rather than things that actually buff the team with, shields or whatever. Symmetra went from support that could generate shields and had a tracking beam attack to a DPS with a straight beam, and now her tracking attack went to Moira. Now Sim just spams turrets. Let's see. Rahab says, to think I was considering playing it again at some point. Goodbye to that idea. Yeah. See, that's why I put Overwatch on like the free-to-play frenzy thing, because I would never otherwise play the game. Because I would always be like, oh yeah, I should kind of play that, but then like I'd read this and like, yeah, no, I don't feel so. So like this is why I hope if I just pro the dice and let the dice to decide what I'm gonna play, then I have to be forced to play it, and then like that gives me a reason to do it. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for the stream today. Thank you all so much for watching. Next week, this stream is going to be just on the Tuesday as normal. The next video that's going to be coming out on this channel will be a tech scripted video, as the vlog just kind of died. It was completed. It was 90% completed, but I really didn't like how it turned out. So yeah, if you're on overtime, you'll probably see that with the next overtime, but that will be coming out there. Also, the next video is going to be coming out on the gaming channel, Postma 1. We're going to have a another game scripted video, and then we're gonna have probably a playthrough of Power World tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Friday. Friday, we're probably gonna be streaming Power World over there as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Right now, I think that like streams are gonna get better and better because I'm just getting in the groove of it. But so far, it went well. Nothing very bad happened. The stream didn't crash, so I'm glad. I'm glad. My girl played on my account and noticed my teammates were somehow worse than on hers. Holy shit. Yeah, a no-go for me then. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, hey, you know, we can all play Power World. We can all play Power World, if that's good. We're going to find out on Friday. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, if I know how to end this stream. Let's see.